All right, folks. So for those who are just now tuning in, I am not alone. I have some friends of mine from Graded Point 5 with me. So Optimus, say hi. Or don't.
I did. Hi.
Oh, there
Sorry.
we go. And then we also have Xavier as well.
Who says hi too early?
Yes. I was actually going to make a joke of it and say, Xavier, say konnichiwa, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Konbanwa, Genki desu ka?
There you go.
Yes.
So what we have been
because it is night where I am.
It is it has been we have been challenged to rate some mechs. And since Xavier and I are the Gundam dudes basically at this point, and Optimus is being educated on such things, we've been challenged to rate the mechs from Gundam Seed. Now Xavier and I hate Gundam Seed, and Optimus has not seen Gundam Seed, so he will be able to be like
I am
objective.
indifferent.
Yeah. So this will definitely be interesting. So let's go ahead and get to it. This is gonna be interesting. So we're gonna start out with the basic bitch Gundam, the Gat X 105 Strike Gundam. So this is the one that Kira starts off with, if I recall correctly.
Yep, this is the base unit because the thing that makes the Strike special is that it has what are called the Striker packs, which is just interchangeable kits that just make it The history of the Strike is that it's like Model 5 of a 5-unit design, something or other. They were trying different concepts, and Strike became closer to what would be their production model, because by equipping these kits, it can basically do what all the other ones do.
Okay.
Because you get the Ale Strike, which makes it like easier to operate in atmosphere because it gives it like a flight pack. You get Cannon Strike, which basically turns it into Buster. You get the Sword Strike, which gives it anti-ship beam saber that also has a solid blade on the other side, because I guess beam sabers were a thing at this point in the Seed universe. However, the Jins, which are your grunt mech for Zaft, use vibrating blades, which Strike also carries 2 vibrating knives.
It has those 2 little daggers, right?
Yep.
Well, looking at some of these images here, not really a whole lot of good shots. Like Gundam Wiki, what are you doing, man?
I was going to say, well, if I may, I was going to say this kind of like, this is giving me the vibe of, I guess the term I like, without sounding like an idiot, is standard Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the standard Gundam of the show. There will be upgrades, but this is the one we start with.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Yeah. Like what is coming to mind when I look at this thing are 2 words: basic bitch. Like this is a basic bitch Gundam. Like it's not bad looking, not by any sense of the term, but it's not really. It's not lighting my fire, like. And I know that there's a bunch of shit that you can add on to the damn thing, but just kind of the base version, like, the V-fin actually, like, kind of looks like it's sloppily put together. Like, the yellow parts look like they're just stapled onto it.
Yeah.
This is a better shot of it. It just kind of looks like it looks like the original, but a little slimmer.
It looks like the RX-71.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
But I think that for some parts of the body, the Dual Gundam does it better.
Yep. Well, we'll get to the Dual Gundam here in a sec, but because I don't want to dwell too much on each of these because we got a lot to do. I'm gonna say that I think that this particular shot is appropriate because it's kind of my feelings. On a scale of 1 to 10, which is what we'll use, I'm gonna give it a 5. It's just kind of in the middle. What do you guys think?
I'm just from my perspective, because like I said, it comes off very basic, very like original RX-71 style. It's like this is in this universe. You can tell that you just from looking at it, you could tell this is like the prototype standard mecha kind of thing. So I'd say 5 too. It's like middle of the road.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because I couldn't decide between 6 and 7 because I like the design, but I do think that some of the other units do some of the parts a little bit better. But I really dig the hard points and the ability to equip extra gear because it basically means that this is a customization dream. This is you can do anything with this. I think the craziest thing I've ever seen was that somebody took the 1/100 scale Strike and strapped it into the perfect grade 160 scale Strike and treated it like it was like an exo frame. Like Strike's piloting a bigger Strike.
Yeah, this definitely feels like it was made to be Gunpla. Like it just kind of has that feel to it.
Whereas, say the last with Turn A, which was the series that came before but was in production at the same time, Turn A is there to tell a story, and the designs are there to tell their story.
Yeah, this feels a lot like it's there to sell Gunpla.
Wing, parts of it feel there to sell Gunpla, but other parts seem there to tell their story because Sandrock is not a great design. And same with X, where X has some great designs and X has some, I don't know about this, because, the Leopard isn't that great, and the second version of the Leopard doesn't make it better.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got our ratings for this one. Let's move on to the Dual Gundam.
Very underrated.
So this is
I like those.
This right here
better.
is just kind of the basic image. So I just want to judge this on like aesthetics. Basic without any gear. I like the color palette of it. I don't know why. Like the blue, orange, and like off-white / gray is a very neat look for a mobile suit. I'm surprised that like more of them don't use that sort of a palette. And then this is with all of its equipment on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is the Assault
like
Shroud, which I have the master grade for, but I'm not building it until I finish my design work because I do not like the Assault Shroud because it legitimately is just like snap-on armor in some places.
Yeah. And
I just don't like its loadout. So we're gonna swap that shoulder-mounted rail cannon for a shoulder-mounted beam Gatling. Nice. I'm going to do a custom beam rifle because I hate Duel's beam rifle. It's really fucking stupid looking.
Uno.
And
because I forgot about this. Each of them are basically they're labeled in Italian, if I remember right. Like 1 through 5. Yeah, there's something really interesting about this. But yeah, the Assault Shroud is basically snap-on armor because it default-wise does not have that front hip armor, which is very weird looking.
I like the backpack, but I think it could be improved upon. I think that the shoulder missile pack that it has on its left shoulder is like just pretty lazy, and I'm thinking about swapping that out for a sensor suite. And the shield, I'm gonna completely redo with some integrated weapons, and completely redo the leg armor because the lore reason is that the leg armor adds extra thrusters because it's heavier now and it needs that in order to maintain flight.
Right.
And they just look really stupid. And like, I understand the concept. Let's make this look better.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't digging the shield.
Yeah. Here's with the pilot who sucks.
He killed refugees because
let's settle on this one here because this is a really good shot of the Assault Shroud. This one, let's get down to what are your thoughts on this thing, Optimus, before we give the number rating?
Like I said, the earlier image you showed, I didn't dig the shield. I thought that orange was kind of gaudy on it. I don't know which one it was. Not it was a couple. The one before that one. Yeah, that one right there. It just kind of stands out too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think that orange should have been that gray. That's on the. That's on the actual mech.
Yeah, definitely needs recolored.
Yeah, the orange on the mech is fine because it's just enough for highlight, But that putting those two, like big long orange thing in the middle of that shield just looks weird to me.
Yeah, well, your shield needs to be your key colors, so it should be gray and blue and white.
Yeah,
yeah, and maybe a couple of spots that are orange highlight, but that's it. But this looks cool. In all honesty, like of course me, I'm like anything with a big gun is going to be awesome. But
so let's go ahead and get down to brass tacks. I don't want to dwell on each machine too long, Xavier. Sorry, but so what would you have to give this number wise? I'm gonna give it a 7.5, just shy of an 8. It's a cool looking mech. I think the only problem that I have with it is for it to not look like another basic bitch Gundam, it needs the Assault Shroud. Without it, it's just, again, it just looks... It looks very plain, because here's a shot without the Assault Shroud. I mean, again, the color scheme is good.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, the color scheme is really good.
I like the color scheme. It looks, like you said, it looks better with its gimmicks. Not too great without them. But I would give it I would say 7.
I will give it a 8 in base form because I think it's a lot of wasted potential. Because I've built the 1/100 high grade of it, and it's a very good kit. And it just feels like there was more potential there. Kind of like with the Striker packs, it could have just had better armor kits. But I'm going to give it a 7 with the Assault Shroud. The Assault Shroud has cool things that I like about it, but the fact that I have to redesign it to make it better, to make it a 10, you lose points.
So you think it actually looks worse with all this extra gear instead of better?
Conceptually, yes. There are some aspects to it I think do look better. The backpack I think is definitely an improvement. I think the hip skirt is an improvement. But I just don't like its kit. I don't like the shape of its beam rifle, so I have to do a complete custom build of a beam rifle. I think the shoulder cannon is... They call it the Assault Shroud, but they wanted it to be a heavy weapon system. This is not a heavy weapon system. I want... You want this thing to be, an assault weapon. I expect something that's basically a 1-unit army.
Fair enough.
And this ain't it.
There you go.
You want to build this closer to heavy arms because heavy arms is a 1-unit army. All right.
Oh, yes.
You need some missile launchers mounted to it. You need this. You need that. You need some better sensor suite. And the shoulder missile launchers just seem like. We needed missile launchers. We didn't know where to fucking put it, so we just built this shoulder bigger. I don't know. Why are you bothering me?
Yeah, yeah. I think if you could describe it in one way, it would be it's like the heavy arms' younger cousin that just wants to be like his older cousin.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah, it's like heavy arms shows up for the family reunion. And he shows up, it's like, hey, look what I got. I got a shoulder-mounted gun. That's a nice kid.
Yeah. I have one missile pod. One?
I now have quad.
One?
I now have quad Gatling guns.
Yeah.
So get out of here.
God damn it, guys. Hold on, give me a minute. Hey, Ray. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you're looking great. I have to go over there now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on.
Who was that? It's my stupid cousin.
All right, now for the Buster Gundam.
I can say right off the bat, I do not like the colors.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
It's
I'm
very... Like, when I look at the color scheme, I expect this to just be used in the desert and nowhere else.
I was just thinking that because that's Dom Tropin.
I would say it looks like Christmas.
But like, if like somebody vomited on Christmas.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Like,
I
we
will
were
say
putting up
just by
on
looking
the
at this,
kid,
the one
yeah,
thing
Gat
I
X.
hate the most about it is the V-fin.
Why is he holding that gun backwards?
There's that too, but no, like that V-fin, like it looks like he tried. It looks like another, like a not Gundam from another show took the cod piece of another mobile suit and stapled it on its head along with a couple of antennae and said it was V-fin.
Like, trust me, this works. Why? Just trust me. Why?
Yeah.
Just trust me.
So this Gundam is a dickhead. There's the back of it.
See, that's even worse. I just don't like. I'm gonna get now. I'm gonna get aesthetics here. I don't like when there are weapons that hang. You know, they're just like hanging off in the back and stuff like that. It's like it just looks so stupid.
Now that's just it at rest. And typically in the show, he's always holding them. And this is the stupidest feature of it, is that the two weapons can fire individually. However, they can be combined. And based on which one comes first and which one comes second, it's either a long-range fucking sniper rifle, artillery, or a fucking beam shotgun. Like, no, it's not. You know, this is like, you know, Saz from Final Fantasy 13 and turning his pistols combining into a fucking shotgun. Like, what are you?
Now, hold up. I don't remember this. This color scheme right here, this just improved it, like, considerably.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Like, there's still a cod piece on its
Get rid of all
head.
that green.
Yeah, but, like...
Yeah, get rid of all that stupid green, and then make that, you know, make some different shades of red, and it looks really a lot better.
Yeah, this looks leagues better. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the combining rifle. Like, if you want to have a beam shotgun and a beam sniper, just have a beam shotgun and a beam sniper.
Now,
yeah.
Like, here's something...
You already got it carrying two different weapons. Just make them each a different weapon.
Now, there's something that you need to understand before we go any further.
I don't even understand a goddamn thing. Okay, I just need to.
This is just about if it looks cool. That's all we're rating these on. Well, there's an MS girl.
This is relevant. Okay. All of the Gundams of Seed use what's called phase shift armor, which is a stupid fucking armor system that by running extra energy through their armor, they make it more resistant to kinetic damage. However, that burns up energy. So they idle at a flat gray. Mm-hmm. And when they turn on their phase shift armor, which requires a switch flip, then their color comes out.
Yeah, I remember that, because it was... I will admit the sequence in which the armor color changes is cool looking.
Now, this is what's important. Seed Destiny, now you wouldn't know this because you haven't seen it. Seed Destiny reveals that the phase shift armor controls the color of the armor, and you can customize that.
Okay.
Because there is another strike unit called Strike Rouge.
Right, that's the pink
piloted
one.
by that's the pink one. Well, Kira hops into it really quick, and when he hops into it, it switches to his colors, which means the shitty color schemes, they're doing that on purpose.
So this guy, the pilot, I forget his name, he looks like a douche. I mean, every pilot in Seed looks like a douche, but this guy especially looks like a douche.
What's with these poses? They all have like stupid poses.
They're like half JoJo, like so it's not cool. Like they
wanted that boy band
Dad, can we have
energy
JoJo? No, son, we have JoJo at home. This is JoJo at home.
They wanted that boy band energy from Wing, but it just didn't work.
So it's also, Dad, can we have Gundam Wing? No, we have Gundam Wing at home.
This is Gundam Wing.
Oh, shit. So, overall, the funny thing is like, it feels like the color makes all the difference with this thing.
If that was the color, that one right there, if they led with that color, I would give it a higher rating.
I'm going to give this version a 6. This looks kind of cool, but the weapon system's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Six sounds about right.
Yeah, if it had a different V fin, it would be way higher. The V fin, like, I look at it and it's like, what? Why? Like from length, it looks like a cod piece. Like this, it's like I have a grid over my V fin, but that's a fucking camera.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like, it looks.
And I give the base design with this, Christmas puke green. I'm giving that a 4.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 4, definitely a 4 out of 10.
I think the green would be better if that light gray, brown, red, or base body color it's got going on, that was a different color, because that just makes the other shit.
I feel like
it's one of those, like, it either needs to be different shades of red or it needs to be different shades of green. It can't, like, red and green don't get along too well.
No, and I feel like with this, like, it's supposed to be kind of a desert Gundam. Like, then why not do, like, I feel like these green areas should be like a really dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or just like, or just, if you're, just don't go camo if you're going to do it. You know, like, it'll be different, but just go camo.
I'm gonna give it a 5 because it's the colors are not great. I think the kit is stupid, and if you want something that's basically an artillery mobile suit, give it fucking shoulder cannons. You want to give it handheld weapons too? That's fine, but why not shoulder cannons?
Yeah, you've got. I think that the audience can see my cursor. Like, you've got. Well, no, they can't. But there's all this space on the shoulders that you could put like a fucking rifle, like a sniper rifle on or something like that. It's like, use it. Like, I know that these little parts here, like small missile pods, it's like, oh, so we get another one trying to be heavy arms. Yeah, it just, man, it just does not look good. So let's move on. Let's move on to the Blitz.
I hate it.
Ooh. Let's Hey, Mom, you want to see my edgy edge Gundam man?
Yeah. This Gundam looks like it listens to Papa Roach.
You want to show the clip where Nickel
Spawn
dies?
fell over. He hates it even, and he's as edgy as it gets.
Spawn's like, I can't take it anymore. I'm out.
Do you want to show the clip where Nickel dies? I feel it's important to our discussion about the
we
Blitz.
will get flagged for it, so I can't.
Yeah. Xavier has a problem with flagging.
Yes.
He's just like, let's play this clip. Like, don't play that clip, please.
Just YouTube search Gundam Seed Nickel dies.
Yes.
It's important because they will never shut the fuck up about it. His name was Nickel. No one fucking cares, dude.
Yeah, nobody liked him. So yeah, this is fucking edgy boy Gundam. I will say the color scheme ain't bad. Like, it's definitely unique looking.
It would look
the
a lot
black
better on
and
a
dark
different
purple and red. Like, it's definitely a better color combo than the last one.
Yeah, but like I said, it would look better on a different Gundam.
Design-wise, it's pretty garbage. Its kit is not great. It has
Here we go. Nickel dying.
Really
Here's
cool
an image
ability.
of Nickel dying.
Okay. So, to describe the scene, Kira has never met Nickel. Kira has no idea who the fuck Nickel is. He slams the Beam Raya sword from the Sword Strike into Blitz's cockpit. But it doesn't go through, it kind of gets stuck.
Yes.
So Kira kind of backs up because he's confused. He doesn't know what to do now, if he should just call a timeout. He's just, we try again in 10 minutes, but he's also freaking out because, oh no, I accidentally killed Nickel, a man he's never met. And Kira's been killing the shit out of people, up to this point. So the moment to have the, oh no, I just killed a guy, that's long past.
Yeah, but then
because
again, this is
Revolution.
Gundam Seed we're talking about, and Gundam Seed is fucking trash.
And now, while this is happening, they're showing in the inside of Nickel's cockpit where the beam saber is running right across his chest and making a buzzsaw sound for some reason, and he's screaming in horrible pain until his helmet fills up with blood.
Yeah, he literally liquefies inside the suit. It
sounds
gross.
It is. like I said, Kira has no reason to feel bad about this because just before this, the guy he was trying to kill, the pilot of the duel, because he's a fucking piece of shit, who shoots down fucking civilian refugees because I thought they were military personnel trying to get away, so that makes it okay. Just killed one of Kira's friends, who was in a fucking, like, a little snub fighter. And so Kira was super fucking mad and went into his new type Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct Seed mode, which is just the worst. And then Nickel stepped in the way. Because Nickel's only power, the Blitz's only cool ability that sets it aside from the other ones is that it can spray this chaff-like substance that basically renders it invisible.
Yeah. So basically, let's get down to the brass tacks of the. Sorry, I had to swat a fly real quick. The brass tacks of the design. It ain't bad looking. In all honesty, the problem that I have with it is that what is it like? It's obviously a stealth unit, like, but. Aside from that, like, the weaponry on it, the only thing that I can tell that looks like a fucking weapon is the claws on its right arm. So it's got Wolverine claws, but the shield is over the claws, so it doesn't look like it has a point. And then it's got, I don't know, what is that on the left arm? A spear gun?
Yep, mounted onto the shield, and he uses it every fucking shield? Battle. That's the shield.
This thing is
I believe it's
the arms are a mess. Like, all the stuff that's attached to it is a fucking mess.
The legs are good. Like, everything, you know, at the waist below is fine. Everything above it, I don't know, man.
Everything above it is like you don't cut yourself on that edge, but
yeah, it's super edgy. But I admittedly like edgy stuff. So I'm not again, I'm a Spawn fan. So
I mean, this is how did I'll put it this way. I had a friend one time, you know, just this quick story. He says, you know, and how he'll describe like himself as a comic book fan. He says he likes the classics, like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, et cetera, et cetera. And he says, then you have my buddy over here, and it's like his favorite characters are dudes with claws, dudes with guns. That buddy would love this.
Yeah.
Because it's everything he ever wants. You know, dude with claws and guns.
Yeah. So this is like.
It's the freaking Darkhawk of Gundam.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of why I'm liking it. I just hate the setup of the extra weaponry. It's like, if you're gonna have claws, like, have a hand dedicated to it. Like, don't have your fucking shield over the top of it. You know?
Yeah. Or have
the hook on the other end of it. Like, that's lame. Like, that doesn't look right. And the hook doesn't really need to be that big.
Or just go with full claws.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Double claws and just, like, be a true stealth unit and just, like, don't have a shield. You know?
Like, stuff like that. Like, it's... Because the rest of it's fine. You know? I like the V-fin on this a lot, actually. The helmet design is really good. I'm going to say this. Like, this is one where I feel like... This is one I would kit bash. Like, if it was a master grade, or, well, I know there's a master grade of it. This is definitely one, like, I would candy paint it, I would kit bash it, and I could get it looking fucking awesome. But all the weaponry, I would throw it out. Like, this is something that should be having, like, a badass looking beam saber. Or,
I would, and for me, I don't know why, but I would something to round out those shoulders a little bit, because,
Yeah.
But yeah, like, those need to be closer to the body, because.
But if this thing had a weapon loadout, like the Ultron, without the drag, like, if you want to have like a scorpion hook get over here shit, fine. But like on the other hand, like if like having that shield there is pointless. You know, have the hook be in the shield in a bigger shield if you're going to have one. And then, like, in the other arm, have a badass-looking melee weapon. You know, like, just the way that it looks right now, aside from, like, everything but the arms, I would say I would give it a 9, honestly. I really like the design. When you add the arms in, it's like a 7.
Yeah, I would do on the left arm, I would do something that's in terms of concept, it would probably be closer to the Astro Anchors from the Crossbone, built into a shield.
Mm-hmm.
On the other arm, I would have another shield, but with an integrated beam rifle.
That'd be cool.
And I would have the way the sword strikes sword works, where it's a physical blade on one side with an actual beam emitter on the other for a beam. I would have a smaller version of that, kind of equipped on the back hips. Because this thing's gonna be thin. It's gonna be lightly armored because it's it's a stealth unit.
Yeah.
So it needs to be able to move fast. So all of its armor is just gonna come from these two shields. That's its protecting itself. If it's caught, then something has gone horribly wrong.
So what would you rate it on aesthetics?
On aesthetics, 4.
A 4?
I think that
it's harsh.
I think the legs are great. The shoulders don't do it for me, and it's just a bad kit.
Great.
Okay, fair. To each their own. Optimus, what do you give it?
3.
3. Wow, I'm the only one that likes to look at this thing of the three of us.
In all honesty, if it did a few of those fixes, like go with the claws, you'll pick a gimmick and stick with it, right?
Yeah.
Go with the claws, round out the shoulders, and honestly, the shoulder. I think another thing, the shoulders being, so striking against the darker part of the the main part. That's what kind of throws me off with the shoulders. If they were a different color.
It kind of reminds me of the design for Tekkaman Evil, the rival character for Tekkaman Blade, but it's like they didn't want to commit. Like, we're going to use that as a reference, but don't go full Tekkaman.
Yeah. I just realized, why I like the color scheme so much. It's a Dom. It's a Dom. It's or specifically a Rick Dom color scheme. Purple, black, and red. It's basically a Dom, like it's got the exact same color. That's why I probably like it so much. I love that color scheme. So, all right. So I'm clearly the only one who likes edgy shit, like, or at least with this thing. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I might try to find a master grade of this thing, throw out all the weapons, and find different weapons.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. So now we've got the Aegis Gundam.
It's the Judas Gundam.
Yes. So this is the this is Athra
It's ugly
Zala's,
and it's stupid.
His first one.
It's ugly and it's stupid.
It looks like it belongs in G Gundam, in all honesty.
It gets worse.
What is it? Fins on his feet. What's going on?
Well, I can't knock it for that because it ripped him off of Death Scythe. Let's be honest, Death Scythe Hell.
The fins on the feet can be excused because the Extreme Gundam has a leg-mounted weapon like that called the Tachyon Slicer, which when you start to wrap your mind around it, it makes me laugh.
Yeah,
it doesn't have hands.
I can't hate it.
Like, what's getting me is like, the design is like immediately it's too busy.
Very.
It's like there's this old joke that Yahtzee Kershaw made about like what game was it? The one that Joe Mad did the designs for.
Chasers. Oh no. Shoot.
It's the one about the Four Horsemen. Darksiders. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like the same criticism here. It's like somebody started drawing and just didn't fucking stop. Who designed this thing? I must know.
What are you doing? It's not finished yet. But we need to reveal the character now. We are about to launch. It's not finished yet.
But Micah, you're on point. Like in Darksiders, the first one, War was too busy.
Yeah.
And the second one, Death, looked awesome because it simplified his design.
Yeah.
This,
operator.
Like I said, it looks like it belongs in G Gundam.
Don't insult my G Gundam like that.
It's like this is the Portuguese Gundam.
Jesus, who designed this? Like, I must know. It doesn't say on the side. Like, it usually says.
Nobody wants to sign their name to it.
Nobody wants to claim this thing.
Yeah, like who created this thing? Like part of my heart went, this better. If this was fucking Katoki, I would have probably committed suicide. Be like, no, you were the chosen one.
You were my dude.
I love Katoki's design. No, like so, I have to know.
The Virgin Katoki versus the Chad Okawara.
Well, they're both awesome. Let's be honest. But what is this thing called again? Aegis Gundam.
Now,
Where...
Aegis is fucking stupid because there's no reason for it to be a mobile suit. Because
okay, I found it. It's Takayuki Yanase. So we're okay. We're clear. We're good. it wasn't anybody that I like.
No, nobody has to commit random word puzzles. It's okay.
Tell me what else
No
this guy
Sudoku.
has not worked on, because I have a feeling this guy has done some other shit, and I want to know what if he improved or if we should just write him off.
Let me find out real quick.
Important to me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He's the designer for Double O.
I can see that in some of those designs. I'm willing to bet he wasn't the only designer for Double O, but I can definitely see it in stuff like the Curios.
He apparently also did Igloo.
He worked in MS Igloo?
Yeah.
Then that would have been before this, so that's what he cut his teeth on.
Yeah, so, oof. Definitely not his best work then.
Yeah.
So, let's like... So it's a transforming one. Yeah, this is the one that turns into the claw. I remember that. I thought that was the dumbest transformation ever. It's a cone head. It's a fucking cone head.
So it's trying to do Scorponok, but not really.
Yeah.
Now, Atherin describes this when he's doing the rundown of all the units they stole in one of the episodes. They literally do a fucking tech rundown, or a port.
How does he have a Nintendo Wii on his head? Look, it's a Nintendo Wii on his fucking head. That's exactly what it is, look!
Oh no! It's a Wii! We would like to kill! Yeah, the fucking, like, looking at the head design, if you cut that Nintendo Wii off, it infinitely looks better.
You understand? Atherin loves Kirby Air Ride.
I guess. But,
You understand? I'm trying to convince my friend Kira to come over here and play Kirby Air Ride with me.
But everything else about it ain't bad looking. I mean, the helm designs, like, if you cut that off, wouldn't look half bad. I like the double sensor. I like the V-fin.
In all honesty, if you
I really like the placement of the Vulcan cannons too. It's on the side of the mouth instead of the side of the temple.
Yeah, if you cut off the Wii and then cut off that back fin and just made that, and just like had your, the V-fin in the front, it would look great.
I would shorten that chin so that it can have a better face mask.
Face mask ain't bad.
I'd probably shorten it, bring it in a little bit, bring it into the face a little more.
Yeah. The deceptive thing is, like, you would think that the Char clone is the one who pilots this, and he's not.
Mm-hmm.
So his Gundam sucks.
Yeah,
But yeah, the mobile armor mode, or Returns of the Claw, is entirely built around this giant fucking positron cannon, and if you're gonna build a mobile armor around a fucking gun, just build a mobile armor around a gun. You don't have to fucking turn it into shit.
Yeah, it looks lame. All right, I don't want to look at this thing anymore. Let's just rate this fucking this fucker. Okay, here's the Super Robot Wars version. 2, honestly. Like, the color scheme is fine, and the sad thing about this is, for us to basically make this design not shit, we have to cut stuff off of it.
Yeah. like this would be better if it had some square shoulders, like where the shoulder kind of splits into that spike. If they like sanded that off, like right there, shoulders would be better. Obviously, the Wii looks more ridiculous here than it did before. And I would change that rifle because that rifle looks like it doesn't know if it wants to be a shotgun or a rifle.
I just sorry that I noticed that it's got a Wii on its head.
Yeah.
Optimus, you don't understand. Zaf wants you to come over here and join them so you can play Kirby Air Ride together.
I like how it has to be Kirby Air Ride. There's nothing else. We can't even play Smash. We gotta play Kirby Air Ride.
I won't do it. I won't join Zaft.
Zaft is so cheap they won't buy it. They have to steal all their shit. That's the best they could get.
Can we split the difference? Can we play some Kirby Epic Yarn at least? I mean,
oh shit. So yeah, this thing's like that's my opinion. It's a mess. It's 2 out of 10. Xavier, what do you give it on aesthetics?
Now, 2 out of 10. Like I agree with you on there.
I'm giving it a 1.
There's potential here, but
no, I'm changing my.
There's clear inexperience here, and I'm
changing my vote. I'm giving it a 1 for design, but I'm giving it a 10 for incorporating a fucking Wii in its head.
This is officially like they need to. I should make a master grade of this and recolor it white and just give it put a Nintendo logo on the shoulder.
The Wii.
Oh god!
What is that in its
the Gundam
hand?
Miyamoto.
Is that a weapon? No, that's just a tiny. What's that in its hand? It's a tiny copy of Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah.
No. One of the weapons.
When it transforms, it's no longer a giant fuck off cannon. It's a projector. So you can play a giant version of Kirby Air Ride on the moon.
Its rifle, instead of it being a rifle, it's just a sensor bar, so it can take controllers.
That's how we'll really solve conflict in the universe. Kirby Air Ride. All right, let's move on. Calamity Gundam.
What? Holy shit!
Someone's compensating for something.
Hey guys, you know the SDF-1?
So, yeah, we have this good Gundam called Buster Gundam, and we have this one called Calamity. But this is what I imagine when you say Buster Gundam. It should look like this.
I feel like
this, but a little better.
This is what. Why am I forgetting his name? The Nightmare of Solomon.
Gato.
Yeah, Anavel Gato. Like when the GPO2 got blown up, that like this is what he should have come back with. Like, fine, you blew up my Gundam with 1 bazooka. I'm gonna come back with fucking 3.5. Don't ask about the one on the shield. This is.
And my shield also has guns.
Yeah.
Like, this thing,
like I said, it's like it really reminds me of the. It reminds me of the SDF-1 with its big fuck off cannons when it's transformed. From.
This is Heavy Arms' other cousin, the one he's not ashamed of, who is step brothers with Double X.
Yeah, like it's got a little bit of the Double X in it, but the color scheme makes me think turtle. So this is like a lethal. It's like the Blastoise Gundam.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Xavier, you know what this reminds me of?
This is too rounded.
Xavier, you know what that scenario reminds me of? Remember when Godzilla saw Minya, and then he saw Godzilla Jr., and he sees Godzilla Jr., he says, my only son. Yeah, my only son.
You know what I mean.
What Heavy Arms would say to this Gundam, my only son.
Yeah. And does he have a high mega cannon in his chest?
I think so.
Holy shit!
Like I said, his fucking shield has 2 battleship cannons on it. This is what should have been Buster Gundam.
This thing is kind of cool.
I would have squared it off more.
The more I think about it, the more I'm digging it.
I know. I'm the same way. Like, the more I look at this thing, the cooler it looks. Like, it just has all the armament. Like,
I wish the legs were bigger. I was gonna say, I wish the legs were a little bigger. It seems like with all that is going up on top and the torso, it needs a bigger leg armor.
Yeah, well, that's why I thought turtle, like, because it's got these little legs, and little arms, but like this big torso and shoulders and shit. It's just big fucking. It is a Blastoise. It's a Blastoise Gundam. I look at this fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would square the.
I am a card-carrying member of the Blastoise Master Race. So, like, especially here, this is a Blastoise stance.
Yeah.
It is Blastoise Gundam. I love it.
Also, those legs looked a lot thicker in that artwork.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it all depends on the artwork too. See, right there, the schematic one. Go back. Yeah. See, those legs look cool.
Yeah.
They look like they could hold up that torso.
This thing clearly meant to be used in space. I love the head design here too.
Yeah, the head design is really cool.
Kind of reminds me of the Braves a little bit. Brave head.
Oh yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, the color scheme.
I'm digging the colors. Too. I'm really digging the color because the gold and the, that I guess you could say turquoise.
Yeah.
Offset just perfectly. I dig this one.
The only thing I would change about it is I would get rid of some of the round edges and square it up a little bit. I think that it would be more aesthetically pleasing with some flatter edges.
Then it wouldn't be a Blastoise Gundam.
At least, especially in the shoulders.
Yeah, but you know what would really set this thing off? Yeah. You know what really set it off?
What?
It had a fucking Wii on its head.
Oh, Jesus.
What? What do you mean your Gundam can't play Kirby Air Ride? Why the fuck would I want to play Kirby Air Ride?
War were declared. Your Gundam doesn't play Kirby Air Ride. Fuck off.
Yeah, sadly it gets blown to smithereens. Yeah, it has a fucking high mega cannon in the This thing's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this thing...
This is...
And the big thing for me is, like, I am a stickler for mobile suits that look fucking mean. Like, because that's the whole thing, like, with me and the Zeta. The Zeta looks mean. Like, it looks like it wants to choke the life out of you. It's the Wanderlei Silva of fucking mecha. Like... And this thing just... Yeah, it's a Blastoise Gundam. I love it.
The SRW version looks even better.
Yeah, it looks so cool. Like, this thing is just dope looking. Let me see if I can get, like, a close-up of the head that's a little
Failure
bit
by
better.
Winning says it perfectly. He said, Calamity Gundam addresses the TF2 engineer design philosophy. If a gun ain't enough, use more gun.
Yeah! So it looks like a gun samurai. Like, it's just... Gun Samurai Blastoise is what this is. Like, I love it. Like, I love the V-fin on it. I love the color scheme, the amount of gun on it. Like, the only problem is, like, this thing would...
First.
What's that?
I was going to give it a good dunking because, like I said, it's kind of reminded me of the SDF-1. But like I said, the more I looked at it, I'm really liking it.
Yeah, it's like... I have all of the beam weaponry on this thing. It's so fucking cool. Let's get to the number ratings. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Like, it's 10 out of 10s for me are like Wing Zero or the Burning Gundam. This is getting pretty up there though. Like, this is really cool looking. Like, it looks mean. It looks intimidating. It looks like it could take on an entire battalion of ships by itself. This thing looks like if you put it in Legends of the Galactic Heroes, it solves all your problems.
I'm going with an 8.5, because I just, like you said, like the more I look at it, the more I like about it. It's like a really weird, and the fact that it's like I said, there's more gun. It's like I have a bazooka, I have 2 more bazookas, I also have a shield that has more bazooka,
and I have a bazooka in my chest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. I think it's a great design. I do think that the inconsistency in the art, where some legs look better than others, just depending on the artist, is a problem.
Yeah.
But just personal aesthetics, I think with some more square edges, it will look even better.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I dig it.
There we go. Calamity is definitely leading the pack here. That's for sure. Let's go to the Forbidden Gundam. We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 6 Gundams left. What the fuck is this?
Oh,
it's a fucking mess, is what it is.
Yeah, that's I'm just gonna go. I found this thing from the Dino Riders. I'm gonna put it on.
Okay.
What is that color scheme?
It looks like. Yeah, it looks like this dude was a fan of Dino Riders, and he said, "I really want one of those things, like those saddles that the Dino Riders had. And I'm gonna put it on."
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Why not?
It's got this color, like the color, like where the whites of a Gundam usually would be, the shoulders, the arms, and all that. Like it's got this sort of like off green that a Jagan would have, right?
Yeah.
And then it's got the purple and the black and the yellow and the red. That's not bad. Like I could work with that. But the giant fuck off green backpack looks like he just jumped into a pea.
Yeah, without his backpack, it doesn't look terrible. With the backpack, it looks horrible.
You may not see it, but in that front view, the perspective on the leg that's like most in the front, the left leg, is off.
Why does this have? It's like it found an oversized version of the Big Zam, and just the top of it, and it tried to put it on its head.
Oh shit! What were those things, Xavier, Micah? What those?
Yeah, it's got a Big Zam hat. What the fuck?
It's a Zam hat. Holy shit!
Mom, can we have Zeon? We have Zeon at home. Fuck.
You see, that's why you should join Zaft, because when Zaft runs the world, everyone's gonna wear more hats.
Fuck Zaft.
Like in the 40s and 50s, yes.
This looks so stupid.
Yes, it does.
Like what? What is the meeting that comes
scythe?
And you give it a scythe? So now it's trying to be Death Scythe and Big Zam. Who thought that was a great idea? Why does the pilot look like a douche?
See the head right there. Okay, stop right there with the head. Go back to the head real quick.
Yeah. So head design doesn't look bad.
Not bad. That looks pretty cool. I said I could dig that. It doesn't have a Wii on it, obviously, but other than that, it's I can dig it. Then
I can get behind the color scheme and everything. But
yeah. Then you go to the next picture you're showing. It's like
oh, come on! Like you've got the thrusters on. Like why not just give it a backpack? Like it. Yeah. It's either mom son we have Big Zam at home, or son we have Death Scythe at home.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
It's okay. You know that old meme like LOL, I don't know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
This is that Gundam. LOL, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, even now he's looking at it confused.
What do I do here?
I just pulled up a clip of Forbidden Gundam doing some fucking fighting, and it gets worse.
Oh no!
This thing just looks fucking awful.
See, everything you show me just makes it worse. Even fighting, it looks stupid.
Standing here having a conversation, it looks stupid.
Now imagine it standing on a fucking battleship and swinging that scythe, which is a physical blade. It's a vibrating scythe blade. It's not a beam.
Right here.
Literally. Oh wait, so on top of everything else, it stole a scene from Gundam Wing.
Yes. Mom, we have
that's exactly what
Death Scythe at home again.
Yeah.
Like
if you told me this was an aquatic model, I could see that, but this.
I was gonna say, what were those there were those things in Wing that were underwater?
Pisces and Cancer.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me. Like it mounted a Pisces or a Cancer to its back.
This thing is giving me cancer.
I mean, I see the tumor developing as we speak.
Yeah, like, and like just this conversation here where it's got its Big Zam hat on. It's like. I feel like this thing should talk like Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
He shows up and says,
"Hi, Kara, how are you? Be gone! Canadians are weird."
You know what
this is? They're in the middle of this battle, and he goes up to this dude. He says, "So, where y'all going later?"
Somewhere you aren't.
Yeah, exactly.
What this is that production has already started and direction has suddenly changed radically, and they've gone to their designer. Yeah, we need an enemy Gundam. We need it tomorrow.
This feels like
You tell me about it. It's just going to be a bad guy.
yeah, it's like it's like how they put together the ending of Maximum Carnage. So we need an ending to this story. Yeah, we're gonna give Iron Fist a gun. Why? It's gonna be a good vibes gun. Why can't they just take out Scream? Don't think about it. We have a story to ruin.
This is pretty much bad guy Gundam, because there's no balance, there's no sense to its kit. You know, at least with the last one, like I get what you're going for. This fucking heavy artillery. It's a heavy weapon.
I can say is that this dude must have been a big fan of Dozel Zabi.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can say. He was like a huge fan. Like he has a poster of Dozel in his room. You know, like, and he says,
Dozel, I have failed you. I was so close to completing your work. I don't know who you fucking are, kid.
I would really like to pilot the Big Zam, but Big Zam got blowed up, so I'm going to.
I'm gonna just put whatever's left of it on my head.
Zam. I'm gonna make a Big Zam and put it on my head.
This is the kid that's in college. That's a communist. It's got the fucking picture of Marx on his wall. That gets a fucking failing grade. He gets the failing grade on his essay because he's communisting wrong. And he's like, Marx, I was so close. I
failed you, my mentor.
Oh my god! So let's give this its number. We've dunked on it enough, I think. Well, not really. But let's go ahead and move to the numbers anyway. So
one.
Yeah, one's across the board. This is one of the worst looking Gundams I've ever seen. It's got thrusters in places where it doesn't need to have thrusters. It's got the big Zan hat. The color scheme is wrong.
Yeah, and it tried to steal things from other Gundam series that was cool, and it didn't work in any way, shape, or form.
This is the Limp Bizkit of Gundams. It tries to take cool stuff from everything else, but it ends up just being lame as fuck. It's like, this is the Gundam that Fred Durst would pilot.
This is what Chris Jericho said years ago. This is Corn Biscuits.
Corn Biscuits?
Oof.
Corn Biscuits. Yeah. He's like, you're not really corn, you're not really Limp Biscuits, or you're Corn Biscuits.
I guess, man. Because it's just like... Yeah, I feel like this guy has, whenever he's piloting... If at some point we need to do a Seed abridged, whenever this Gundam shows up, he's constantly got the album Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water playing in the background. Like, Jesus Christ. And
just wherever this pilot. Do we even see who the pilot was? Like, did we? See that guy?
But he's the way you think he looks by looking at this thing. That's how he looks.
He has the same color palette as his fucking Gundam. What the fuck?
As I said, this is bad guy Gundam because we needed a bad guy and we needed it the very next day. Well, this is a bad guy.
This guy looks like he listens to Limp Bizkits.
Fail said it best. He said, Forbidden Gundam, I don't see anything of what was so forbidden about it. It was trying to be scary and falling very short of that goal.
Yes. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
The Gat X 370 Raider Gundam. It looks like an Oakland Raiders Gundam.
You know what? I kind of like it right off the bat. Like it's kind of cool.
It's definitely better balanced.
Yeah, it's like it took. That
it has a butthole mouth.
It does have a... Okay. Never mind what I said.
The butthole mouth is a weapon.
What the fuck?
It still looks like a butthole.
Put that there? What asshole put an asshole in its face? It's the what's that character from Preacher? Arseface. It's the Arseface Gundam.
Like it's like the Atlanta Falcons, when they moved to their new stadium and everybody said it looks like a giant anus. No matter how roomy and how cool it is on the inside, it still looks like a giant fucking anus. It doesn't matter if it has a cool gun thing that comes out of it. It still looks like an anus.
What the fuck? Oh my
Like I said, from afar it looked cool, but then you said it's got an ass face. I'm like, well, I hope they show up close up with the face. Why does it look like Laserbeak?
It has a mace. It has claws coming out of its hips.
Oh no, it gets even crazier. So check this out. This has a Wave Rider mode. Because they did a lot of weird promotional videos for units and MSVs for Seed. And in this one that I'm watching here, it entered the atmosphere in Wave Rider mode, so it's ripping off the Zeta, but it was also attached to a base jabber.
It's literally it's Laserbeak.
It is.
It is.
It's Laserbeak.
How about the fact that the engine turbines have cannons in the middle? I'm like, no, those
this
things don't
photo
go
right
together.
here explains, says everything. I feel.
Oh, God, that head looks awful in that position.
It's mounted to the front of it.
Yeah. I know. I look terrible. It's a living.
No, this is the guy. Okay. Remember
I feel like
the meme
the
where
pilot there is screaming at us, going, "Stop making fun of me!"
You know the meme where the bird is like going through the windshield and it said, "I heard you talking shit like I wouldn't find out."
Yes.
This guy.
We don't care though. I get it's got a high mega cannon in its mouth, but come on, just put it in the fucking chest, like the other one that was cooler.
If it was square,
Yeah, exactly. This guy. Anytime they show this dude, it's always like he's got this look on his face, like, "Oh God, just kill me, please."
The weaponry ain't bad. It's got
cool.
anything with the Gundam hammer is gonna get my attention.
A lot of C designs. I don't know if it's the that one designer we mentioned, but there seems to be an aversion to the just squared shapes or just square geometry. Because the Strike has a couple of round edges, but it's mostly straight angles, straight edges, which is fine. It's aesthetically pleasing, but if this was like a square-mounted cannon, kind of like the cannon mount on the Sazabi's chest is just in the mouth, I think it would look better as opposed to just a big round fucking sphincter.
Yeah, this thing just looks.
Okay, you know how that one.
Here's what it feels like to me. It feels like you kit bashed a bunch of other Gundams that look really good, and then you tried to make another Gundam with the parts that were left over.
Yeah.
This looks like a fucking enemy unit from a Brave show.
Yeah. Here. Okay. You know how earlier we had that one that we gave almost a 10, and we was like, "This is really cool." The more we looked at it, the more we liked it. The more I look at this, the more I hate it.
Yeah. Everything balanced as it should be.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the numbers. So,
nothing.
1 out of 10. This is
1.
Yeah, this thing is an abortion. Yeah. This thing, literally, it's so stupid. It's like
literally like the bad guys. I'm assuming this is the bad guy one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the bad guys, like Xavier said, they combine the two ideas, right? What Micah said and what Xavier said. It's like we're running out of things to make Gundams. We got these spare parts that doesn't make sense. We're gonna put them together and make a Gundam.
And give it an asshole for a mouth.
Give it an ass for a mouth, and
we need it tomorrow.
And we need it tomorrow.
Yeah, this thing. It's like we talked about how one of the other ones looked like the Buster Gundam looked like the cousin that Heavy Arms is ashamed of. This looks like the cousin the cousin of the Zeta, but it was born with Down syndrome.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's I feel like this thing should be walking into the family reunion going, "Dang!" Fuck.
He's like, that's just Tommy. He's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no offense to anybody who's got
Zeta,
family members with Down syndrome, but I'm right.
Yeah. Zeta, you're going to look after Tommy when Mom dies, right?
Zeta's just got to be responsible for.
Yeah, I'm thankful that this thing does not have a fucking a master grade, or I would be very angry.
Oh my god. We just wrote "What's eating Zeta Gundam" instead of Gilbert Grape.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's move on.
I guess next one.
Pink Gundam. Oh, this is just a Strike, but Rouge. Okay, let's not. That's not even worth it.
No, you ain't gonna worry about it.
The Justice Gundam.
The name has got a terrible design.
Again, it's so busy.
Yeah. Because Strike and Freedom and Justice were
The Wii has
were
returned.
meant to be the. Oh, thank
the
God!
Wii is back. Yeah.
You can't have justice without Kirby Air Ride.
That's why it's colored like it's colored.
I'm gonna ride that son bitch into the ground until we hit China. That's how far that joke is gonna run. But because Freedom and Justice were always meant to be piloted by Kira and Atherin, because boxes and tropes and whatnot. Freedom and Justice are based heavily off of Aegis and Strike.
Yeah.
When the reality is, no, if you want a high performance suit to complement Freedom, you'd probably want to pull from either Buster, more from Duel, or just do a brand new design.
So let's get to the design specifics of this thing. So, getting a lot of shots of the. I'm trying to find a really good one of the mech itself. This was the start. This Gundam is the start of Strap a Jet to it. This is one of the things that I've hated about Gundam design that started in Seed, and this is the Gundam that started it. Is the Freedom Gundam. Is let's just strap a jet to its back. And somehow that counts as mecha design, because that's basically all they do, is they just strap jets to things, like with this, with other Gundams as well. I fucking hate that idea. Here's a really good shot of it. Like, why? Like what?
The booster pack concept.
I hate it.
It's been done better in other shows, like Build Fighters with Build Strike. The build booster was actually really cool because it came with extra weapons. And it could separate and do cool shit.
Well, I remember that it did that in this. It's just like, it was never like a necessary thing. You know, like it never made sense for it to happen.
I think it was meant. They tried to rule of cool it because you can get away with some physically impossible shit as long as it passes rule of cool. Strike had to do a lot of stupid shit where it has to fly through the air, when the reality is, no, it's not going to fucking fly. It's a fucking giant humanoid robot. And the amount of fuel to keep it in the air, it would never be viable. So we just strapped a fucking wing pack and a jet pack on it.
Well, I'm just going to say this. The fact that you're calling it Justice Gundam and you give it that color scheme just ruins it for me.
Yeah, it's called, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no fixing this one either. This is just bad.
This is bad. It don't matter how many guns you try to strap to it and how many gimmicks you put. It's not going to work. The color scheme, right off the bat, you just ruined it with the color scheme, in my opinion. That color scheme does not work. You know?
Okay. The head and face is okay. Minus the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Its kit is so fucking weird because it's got those fucking giant blades.
Would be if it was a white with some blue and stuff like that, it might be salvageable.
Yeah,
but not with this color scheme. It's just not working.
Now I'd like to remind you that because of the phase shift armor, these are Atherin's colors. These are the colors he likes.
Shit taste, but
yeah,
but no, the big thing for me is just I really hate this idea, and they just, Seed does it all the fucking time. Strap a jet to its back. Stop that. Stop it. Just make it something that can turn into a Wave Rider. For fuck's sake. Stop doing that. It makes no fucking sense to me. It doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. Actually giving a Gundam wings looked cooler, Because Wing Zero's the shit. But, this just, again, it's too busy.
If you want to do something that it needs propulsion in flight, just do it like they did in fucking, the prequels of Star Wars, right? Yeah. Just have, a rig that it flies up to, and it can give it interstellar or interplanetary flight and shit like that, and then once it gets there, it discards it,
I feel like if they had, if it wasn't a jet, if it felt more like the Stealth Gal, it would be a lot cooler. Because the Stealth Gal, the way that it sits on the guy's back, looks fine. Looks good, actually.
And plus with Stealth Gal, the engines become its arms and, stuff like that. So
yeah, it has a practical reason for being there. This thing, there's some scenes
just
where it uses the thing, but it just isn't. It's like, just the aesthetic of, like, strap a jet to its back. Like, no, fuck off.
Like a fighter jet crashed into it, and he's like, well, while you're here.
No, the funny thing about it is, like, Catherine can ride on the thing. And I'm like, well, why don't you just have him do that all the time? Give it a fucking space skateboard. I don't give a shit. Like,
a surfboard or something. Yeah, just do
Gundam
something cool
Silver
with it.
Surfer. Why the fuck not, Yeah. Like, that would be cool, actually. That would actually look a lot better. Because, again, this is too busy. Aside from, like, the V on its head, like, well, actually, the arms and legs look a lot better. So does the chest. The shoulders, are really big, and they don't really need to be that big.
I just realized something. That if this turned into, like, a fucking space surfboard that Athrun could ride, Athrun could be Kirby Air Ride.
All right, let's get to the numbers. 3 out of 10 for me. It's a little bit better than the Aegis, but not by much. 3 out of 10.
2.
2.
Yeah, 2.
So another fail.
I'm pointing at the door for Xavier to get out.
There has barely been any middle ground with these. Have you noticed that? Like, they're either really bad or really good.
What's even worse about this particular one, real quick, is that the backpack doesn't even match the Gundam.
No, it's a different shade of purple. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, it should have at least tried to match the aesthetic if it's going to do this crappy color scheme and call it Justice Gundam. So.
All right, let's move on to.
Now here's what I'm talking about.
Here is the ironic Gundam, because it's called the Freedom Gundam, and it's the big version of it is in China, but so. I will. This is the one that's hard for me. This is the Press X to win Gundam.
Yeah.
I hate that it's the Press X to win Gundam. So I kind of hate this Gundam as a concept.
But it looks cool.
So I gotta get that out there real quick. From the chat, Andrew Collins says the jetpack design on the back is so freaking big, almost feels like they're trying to overcompensate for something. Yeah, and there's a lot of that in this show. I really, again, it's got the same V-fin that the Strike had, where the yellow parts look stapled on. They should come from the red in the middle and then go up instead of, like, being spaced out. Like, they look like you're just stapling
I agree
them
with
on.
that. But can we say this real quick? With something called Freedom Gundam, and it has this color scheme.
Yes.
Feels a lot better, doesn't it?
It does. It should be red, white, and blue, and it is, with some black in there. The color scheme is good on it, actually. I like the color scheme.
Yeah.
The head design is, aside from that, the yellow bits on the V-fin, the head design is good.
It has no Wii, so that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of the ones they made first.
And after that, it's like, guys, we need to be able to play some Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah. The jets on the back look cool. I'm not a big fan of the giant side skirts.
I don't like those.
Now, the side skirts, those are actually collapsible rail cannons that unfold.
Yes.
And they're hip-mounted weapons. Because...
That was cool.
The gimmick of the Freedom is it has a nuclear reactor in it, which... doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's a big deal because of Seed setting stupid shit. And so it basically has infinite power, because that's how they describe it. So he carries
active material never burns out ever.
I believe he also has shoulder cannons concealed in the wing thrusters.
Yes, I've got an image up right now that shows, like, its full armament. Because this thing, like, it has this thing, like, attack in all of the SD Gundam and Super Robot Wars games called full armament attack, and where it just launches fucking, like, fuck everything. And that's what this is, Now,
the first time Kira did this in the show, he showed up in the middle of a big fight between Earth and Zaft and just started shooting everybody while broadcasting on an open channel. Everyone stop fighting. This fighting is meaningless. You all need to stop.
So I'm gonna fight
kill you all.
Yeah. because Kira is a sanctimonious little shit.
Now, you could argue he was doing this weird thing where he's not targeting the cockpit, he's targeting the disable, but none of that wound up mattering because microwave cannon.
Yeah.
I see what you mean by the whole press X to
win. Though the infinite... No, what is it? The Strike Freedom? Yeah, the Strike Freedom. The Strike Freedom, more than anything, is the press X to win Gundam. But if we ever do Seed Destiny, that'll be interesting. But
it looks cool.
Yeah, like the head design, aside from those yellow bits, looks good.
Yeah.
I like the little gray details on it.
It's like do one or do the other, don't do both.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm.
I would definitely do a little bit of a recolor, but otherwise, aesthetically, it has all the right kinds of shapes, in my opinion.
Yeah. This one, it definitely feels like from the get-go they intended for this to be kind of like the one that would be emblematic of the first. Oh, here's a really good shot of it. Emblematic of the first show. Like this is our mark. This is the one that this is our Wing Zero. This is our.
Yeah, it's what we're selling toys of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is the one that everybody's going to be obsessed with 20 years from now, which nobody is, but except China apparently. But I'm
willing to bet there was only supposed to be this one, and that Justice came later as a late design option. Like, we just had this idea because girls really like Atherin for some reason. Why? I don't know. So we want to give him like his own version of freedom. We'll call it Justice. That's stupid. I know.
So overall, design-wise, the funny thing is like, whenever I played Gundam Breaker 3, like, I ended up using a lot of parts from this thing. Because it's not a bad-looking kit. It's, again, like, I don't like the big hip skirts, but they do function. They are guns, so I can't really complain that much. Like, aesthetically, they're not great, but function-wise, they're awesome. But we're judging this on aesthetics.
And the quote,
I just said.
Wings in the back, it's not like just a jetpack. It actually, is a part of the suit. I like it. I like that part at least.
Yeah, it has that sort of tall geese feel to it. Like, let's put big thrusters in the back. It's got armament for days.
But I can see why you from what y'all told me about Seed, I can see why you wouldn't like the whole press X to win ideal because. But as far as as I said before, for something that's called Freedom Gundam, and it's got the correct color scheme.
Yeah.
For that feel, something called Justice Gundam and is is pink. No.
Yeah, I feel like Justice Gundam should just be called Fabulous Gundam.
It's not very fabulous.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and rate this thing. So
Fabulous Gundam.
Fabulous.
I assure you.
I'm gonna give this thing a 7. Give it a 7. It's good, but not great. A little bit busy, but they like the busyness at least it can make some sense, and I think that's good enough. Yeah, it's pretty good. It could be better, but it could also be way worse. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for me.
Cool. I'm gonna do an 8 out of 10 just because the square edges are definitely the aesthetic I appreciate. The color scheme, there's really nothing we can really do to improve that. Like just maybe add some small detail colors, but other than that, you're not really improving on much. It's at that point, it's just you're nitpicking. I would like this edge to be more this color rather than this color, but not like some of the other things we've seen where we just need to get rid of that color in general. Obviously, I have to. The kit is pretty good. Pretty well designed kit. Obviously, I have to dock points because Kira Yamato, but
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'm going with an 8 as well. And like I said, my biggest thing is the color matches the name.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal for me because you heard me complain about that. But like I said, it fits. Everything fits where it should be. It seems like there are purposes for everything. It's not wearing a giant hat for a Big Zam on its head or anything like that. And it doesn't have a Wii on its head, so that's good. The fin, I agree with you about the antennae, Micah. Pick one, don't do both.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I said, I'd say 8. Yeah.
There we go. We got one more. So last one is the Providence Gundam. So this is the bad guy Gundam.
This is our Char Clones Gundam.
Yes. Now, for those of you playing the home game, Gundam Seed, in my opinion, has the worst Char clone of all of them. He is fuck awful.
He has a fine design, but everything else about him is just fucking awful.
Yeah. He's like him. Of all the Char clones, the ones I like the least are him and Full Frontal. Because Full Frontal is lazy as a character. This guy is just dumb. He's just lame. So
what's his name?
Ra Le Creuset. So he's basically French, and that's the problem.
Imagine his Char mask is just sunglasses,
but also
sunglasses. Is that the one I've seen y'all? Is that the one I've seen y'all meme about?
No, that's Harry Ord.
Yeah, Harry Ord's fun.
Harry Ord is great.
Universe! His name up, and I'm getting lacrosse players.
Okay. I will send you a picture of him, or Micah can pull one up.
Yeah, give me a sec. Cause yeah, I fucking hate this guy. Like, he's lame as shit. This is him.
Oh, okay. That's yeah. That's very uninspiring.
Dad, do we have Char Aznable or Zex Marquise? No, we have Char Aznable or Zex Marquise at home. Char Aznable or Zex Marquise at home. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oof. Yeah.
This, fuck terrible.
It's like they literally tried to cross them both, like Zex and Char, and then failed miserably.
Pretty much. That's the character in general. So here's some shots of the Gundam itself. Here's a good close up of the head. I will say this. I really like the name Providence Gundam. That's a cool sounding name.
Yeah. It sounds like something, it's like, considering let's pretend for a minute that the character wasn't the character, right? Yeah, that piloted, and say it was one of the cool characters. Like, let's say Char was piloting this, right? He was piloting something called Providence Gundam. You would think that, okay, that sounds pretty badass.
Yeah. And it's mean looking.
Yeah.
That's the gimmick. Like, you could tell this is the bad guy.
Right.
I
like parts of the head, but I think some parts of the heads need to be changed or just done away with entirely.
Well, let's look at the head real quick. So, it's chubby.
Yeah,
it's chubby head. It's like if you tried to make me into a Gundam.
I dig the side vents. I think it's weird that it has the side horns on top of what looks like a second V-fin on top of its other V-fin.
Yeah.
That are just as thick as the side horns.
It looks like what they tried to do was they tried to make it look as samurai helmet as possible. Because that's what it looks like. I mean, this was very samurai looking. But the problem is that they gave it the width of a samurai's helmet, and it looks fat because of it. It's a fat Gundam.
Dran, over here looking like that looks ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's just like It's a bit much. And generally speaking, it is a fat Gundam. Like, it looks chubby.
I think the legs are chubby.
Then the big disc on his back with all the guns.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also an important part of its kit. While it also has those guns, it also features the Dragoon System, which is, because Seed doesn't have new types, it has coordinators that sometimes can do new typey shit. The Dragoon System is basically funnels and a SciComm, but it's all computer controlled. So no mental mind powers.
Yeah, so it's definitely, like, in categories of, like, thick boy Gundams, this is definitely pretty thick boy Gundam.
Yeah. Stop right there. Micah, go back.
Going back.
Right there. Okay. That image on the top, look at his eyes. He's just like, oh!
He's so angry!
This look just is like, Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox!
Yeah. Only we had a Wii.
Oh, shit.
Play Kirby Air Ride.
Where's my copy of Kirby Air Ride? Oh, shit.
He's just gonna look at his eyes like, oh!
Oh, good lord. Here's the SD version of it.
Yeah, you saw that, Xavier. Oh.
So angry! Now, I'm going to let everyone know that Providence Gundam is going to get extra points because of killing the other worst character of the show.
Ah, yes, he did do that. Okay. Yeah, like it's definitely unique.
It's a unique design, I'll give it that.
The left arm is a little weird for me because it feels like it wants to have a shield there, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
So it just kind of feels purposeless. It's got... This is what's really weird to me. It has a bullpup beam rifle. Why?
Yeah, there's no point other than aesthetic, and it's not even a good aesthetic. The legs are overly simplified, especially compared to some of the legs designs we've seen so far. It's so fucking weird. It's...
With having all that armament and then having those legs.
Yeah.
You know.
The shoulders, too, especially. Like, there's no reason...
That's an example of what I was talking about earlier. You know, the shoulders are just too big for... Especially when it's got that armament in the back, it seems like it would be in the way.
Yeah, it feels like this thing would have a hard time moving. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a chonky boy Gundam. I mean, you've got the GP01, you've got... This feels like whoever designed this is the same dude who worked on 00. Like, he clearly went back to this one when he was making the Virtue and said, I'm gonna not do this. Because the Virtue is big and chonky, but it looks like it can move. This does not... Yeah, this thing looks like it would have a hard time getting around. Because if you look at the way the rifle is oriented, and it's got that backpack there, if it raises the arm too high, that back part of the butt of the rifle is just going to smack up against the Dragoon System. You know, it would... And you can't undersling it either, because the Dragoon System's there as well. So, it just... That looks like it would get in the way. Again, it has an arm that looks vestigial. The shoulders are too much. Yeah, they don't need to be that edgy looking.
It would be better if they were just big pauldrons.
Yeah.
Like if they brought in the length a little bit and then just made them thicker. To be perfectly honest, this kind of looks like 3 or 4 machines put together.
Yeah.
Like, he drew a cool fucking head, and he had a cool fucking rifle, and the shoulder looks great, but we need the Dragoon System because it's important to the story. They've decided that. Shit. And so he put it all together, and it's like, none of these parts are from the same fucking machine.
Also, you know, going back, you know, you're talking about being a chunky boy. Now that I'm looking at it, the head just looks so small.
Right?
compared to the rest of the body. You know, like
That's what I said. The design language here doesn't fucking match.
Yeah.
see, there in animation, it looks better.
It still looks like that other one had. Like, it's another kit that, like, you kit bashed a bunch of other Gundams, and then you made something from the spare parts.
Yeah. It's like literally like, okay, I've got some pieces, I got this circular thing, and I got a bunch of buster weapons. I'm going to glue those all together.
Yeah.
And then put it on the back of this thing. You know?
Don't stay on.
Yeah. And I hope that the shoulder pads doesn't get in the way. I didn't think about that in the design schematics. You know? So, I don't know. I mean...
It definitely feels like the animators knew a little bit more what they were doing than the designer. Because the animation here is doing it so many favors.
See, here's another thing. Now, I just looking at this particular thing, this particular image. When he's going to raise his bullpup shotgun here, he's going to knock that thing off the his fucking back.
Yeah, I just mentioned that. Like, it looks like it was going to have problems moving.
Yeah.
Why does he have vents on his arm? He only has it on the one arm.
Yeah, so I'm
This one
guessing
gets
there's
really
some sort of
hot.
rifle on that arm, but you've got all the rifles on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like I said, this looks like 4 or 5 machines.
It's like it's trying to be the Cubile, and it's trying to be the GPO2, and it's trying to be a lot of things, but it just ends up being nothing. This is another one of those. The more I look at it, the less I like it.
It hurts me because I've done that too. I had the situation when I started just really working my mechanical art where I couldn't draw a fucking robot, but I could draw pieces of a robot. So like, okay, let's draw pieces of a robot, and when I have cool designs, I'll put them all together. And then I put them all together like, this looks like shit because none of these look like they come from the same machine.
Yeah.
Okay, you remember the thing we said earlier where I forgot which one it was, where we said it looks like this is the end of the war and this is all the parts we have left and we need a Gundam.
Yeah.
This is that, except we got the paint job right.
Yeah, pretty much, because the paint's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's what it's like. It's like we got the paint job to match. We can, so aesthetically we can try to hide that we don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's not great colors, but they work fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's muted. It's like a muted colors, but you expect that from a bad guy, kind of thing. So
let's go ahead and bring Gundam Seed to a close here. So final ratings: Providence Gundam, the big bad Gundam. What do you guys give it?
At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to go to the middle of the road and say 5. Just because a lot of design-wise, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's like it's literally like we need a Sortia Gundam, so give me a Gundam. Well, this is all we got left. I guess I'll take it.
Yeah.
Dave.
Xavier, what do you got?
That about like a 4.
4? Okay.
4, maybe 4 or 5, 4.5, because it's not very good. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but there's definitely problems, and it seems more from inexperience than anything else. Because again, none of these limbs look like they come from the same machine. Let alone the backpack. Like, everything seems like I had this really cool idea, and then I put everything together, and fucking deadlines, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. My biggest problem with this is like, I feel like if I was putting a kit bash together, like I wanted to do something like that, I would buy this kit. I would assemble some of the individual pieces, but not the whole of it, like...
And then give it to other...
Yeah.
Yeah, put it on other things.
The legs, the torso, and the head, I could probably find use for. The
like
Dragoon System...
The left arm?
I feel like this Gundam, it would be a lot better if it didn't have a rifle, and it didn't have the thing on its left arm. And you
the left
down...
arm reminds me of the left arm on the Turn X. The weird fucking rifle reminds me of that big fucking cannon Faz.
Yeah, sort of.
With the way it's designed with the thing, with the guns on its back, it really seems like it was designed to be 360-degree battlefield.
Yeah, something like that. But
and there's no way you'll be able to sneak up on this Gundam.
But here's what I would do with this thing. I would cut I would shorten down those shoulders, get rid of the extra stuff, and just have it cross its arms constantly. And then have the Dragoon System do all the work. That would be a lot more intimidating. This is a bad guy Gundam. This is supposed to be intimidating. It would be the Bison Gundam. It's not.
Think about it. It would be the M. Bison Gundam. It would, like you said, cross his arms and let the Psycho Power do his job,
Better idea. Yes, do the arm crossing of the M. Bison, but instead of normal hands, he's got finger cannons like the Psycho Gundam.
Yeah, like the Psycho Gundam, or moving hand ones like the Zeong. Stuff like that would work a lot better. But the ultimate thing is you compare this to other bad guy mobile suits. You compare this to the Cubile. You compare this to the Zeong. The what's some other good ones? The Goof Custom, the Epion, which is what this is following.
Epion, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a mess, and that's generally speaking, that's the biggest problem with a lot of Seed designs. They're a fucking mess. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10. This, oddly enough, the funny thing is, anytime I play Gundam Versus, whenever this thing shows up, I make it my bitch very quickly. This thing is not very good. So yeah. So overall, to kind of close this section out before we take a break and then move back on to Super Robot Wars, Seed, man, I'm now that I'm thinking back on it, had nothing good going for it in a lot of ways. The designs were not very good overall. It has a few high ones, like that Blastoise Gundam, the Calamity. That one's fucking awesome.
Calamity you could put in any other Gundam show and it would be great.
Oh hell yeah.
That's what's good. But I guess that's a good way to judge them. If you could put them in another show and they would be awesome.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
but that's a problem for me. Is the fact that a lot of these look like really bad kit bashes, or things along those lines. That just. Man, that really fucking, I don't know what they were thinking. Honestly, I really don't. I don't know. But then again, that's a question I ask myself whenever I watch Seed. So overall, I would have to say, overall, I would give the designs just in this show a 3 out of 10. It's just
overall. Yeah, I
overall,
agree with that.
it's just
there's so many bad ones. With so many bad ones, there was only 2 that were really good, I guess you could say.
Because you look at other shows, Gundam Wing has great design. Double Zeta has great design. Zeta has great design. The original has great design. Victory, even though I don't like Victory very much, Victory has really good mobile suit design.
G has some good designs with its crazy designs.
Has some weird ones, but when they go weird in G, they go all the way weird.
Yeah,
it's fuck it,
like a windmill Gundam.
Yeah, exactly.
Or or something like that. Yeah. It's just it was gonna do a gimmick. It's going all the way with the gimmick.
Yeah, they're not gonna fuck around with it. This one they fuck around too much, and they don't know if they want to be taken seriously or if they want to be goofy.
Right.
And that just then again that I think kind of sums up Seed in a nutshell. It never knew what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
And it
just barring Calamity, if Calamity was the star of the show, it would have probably been a better show.
They recently released a 1/100 Calamity. I might build it and do a candy painting of that thing.
Yeah, because that looks really cool. Yeah.
I think Seed knew what it wanted to be in the beginning, and there's some parts of that where it pulls it off. When Seed is good, it's good. The problem with Seed is it's not good very often.
Yeah.
When it hits, it fucking hits good, but you're waiting a long time between them hits.
Basically, whenever Mula Flaga does something cool.
Yeah, Mulafaga is the fucking greatest.
Oh yeah.
And he banged the captain.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, it's basically like how's the best way to put this? From what y'all are telling me, because somebody's not seeing it. It's like we're waiting 5 years for Roman Reigns to finally turn heel. And then he finally turned heel, and it's like, yeah, finally. And then it's like, yeah, but it took 5 years to get here, and everything else before that was terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very good.